So, hello everyone. You're watching a new episode of English talk show interviews with Alex. Can you remind your surname, by the way? Yes, your surname.
Pesegov.
Good, good. So we have Alexander Pesegov talking to us, discussing some very important issues, and you're probably wondering, can you have an explanation why we have this fire extinguisher here?
We have it because we need some bright color
Yeah.
in our video.
Yeah. And as you remember, you're supposed to shout as if we have some cockroach there, or you can just switch to Eugene mode. You know, you should be as loud as Eugene. Is it possible at all?
I'll try to switch to Eugene mode.
Good, good. So I have my handwritten question to you as always. My writing is very ugly, as you know. And first of all, I want to ask you, who are you? What can you say about yourself? What do we need to know about you?
There are lots of things I can tell about myself. I'm not sure you are interested in all of them. Mostly it's about my occupation. Let it be so. It's about marketing and it's about IT. I'm happy to combine these two interesting subjects. Concerning other sides of my personality.
And can you tell us what do you sell? What do you do? What kind of drugs do you sell?
I don't exactly sell by myself. I help to sell DDoS protection
DDoS protection.
for websites, for networks, and other IT stuff.
So if I have a website, I need a DDoS protection.
Right.
Good, good. And anything else we need to know about you?
Well, I like reading very much. It's kind of passion.
And your last book, can you recommend something? Or what was the last book you read?
I don't remember the name of the last book. I just took it as a source of written text to spend my time. But things that impressed me really hard were Strugatsky.
So some book by Strugatsky.
Lots of books by Strugatsky. Almost all of them.
And you're probably a fan of that Pelevin guy. I've never read.
No, I'm not a fan of Pelevin. Don't know why. It didn't suit me.
It didn't impress you.
Didn't.
Anything else we need to know about you?
Sea, mountains, walking, stuff like that.
And first of all, you are a person, quite an interesting one, I can tell you, because you've been with our English talk show for some time. And as far as I know, you moved to Rostov some time ago. What can you say about our city, positives and negatives?
Yes, I moved to Rostov.
Sorry, as usual, I want to make sure that it works. I know it's unprofessional, but anyway, so back to Rostov. What can you say? And my nose is running for some reason. It's also unprofessional, but anyway.
Never mind. Rostov is a good city. It's, well, maybe the best city for me on the south. It's not the city that I chose from the very beginning of my trip, of my moving, but it's the city where I decided to stay, to point my...
But do you feel you're really settled here in Rostov? I mean, it's like your final destination or something?
I hope so. I plan to...
You said something about other alternatives. Did you probably consider other cities? What were the alternatives?
Yes, I considered Krasnodar, and I lived there for 3 or 4 months.
And now let's start the holy war about Krasnodar and Rostov. You know, there are some people who really like Krasnodar, even when they live in Rostov, and there are some people who think the opposite. They say that Rostov is better than Krasnodar. Can you compare them?
I think that situation is quite normal because we always had a competition between Krasnoyarsk and Novosibirsk, like both Siberian cities, both pretended to be the center of Siberia, and
The centers of science and
the
everything.
centers of science and everything. Both pretended to be the most important city at that region, but nevertheless. So, as for me, Rostov seemed to be more friendly, more interesting, more able to meet me, more able to meet me friendly.
But does it mean that so-called Cubanoid people are not so friendly? Sorry for being so intolerant and impolite, but anything strange about people in Krasnodar?
I would rather say it's not about Cubanoids, it's about, well, hard to say.
So something is different in people.
Lots of things are different. They pretend to be the center of the
South of Russia.
Of the south of Russia, sometimes of the world. They pretend to be the extra wanted city to where everybody wants to go, and they are kind of too proud of it. They are kind of maybe selfish, maybe self-confident about it, and that is why they feel like they are queens and kings in that sphere.
But
maybe just I was not successful enough to meet good and friendly people who could show their interest to me, to my profession, to my attitude, to my habits.
What could you say about people in Rostov? Are they open-minded, friendly, or the opposite?
Of course, there are different people, but I was lucky enough to meet more friendly, more open-minded people in Rostov who were glad to meet me and who showed it, and who were not very nerds, who were not nerds.
They're not nerds, yeah.
And so I think I was lucky enough. I was more lucky in Rostov than in Krasnodar.
And by the way, did you move to Rostov when you already had your job offer?
No,
Did you know exactly where you're going to work?
No.
No. Yeah. Okay. As far as I know, you are 40-something-year-old. So what does it feel like to be a 40-something-year-old man? Positives and negatives of your age. Can you tell us?
First of all, inside I am like 30-something.
30-something.
No more. I'm young in my heart, in my soul. But I meet different expectations from different people. They expect some other behavior from me. They expect me to be more boring, more settled down, more
serious, more mature.
More serious, more mature, without less active, without any interests, or without active kind of living.
So by this age you are probably supposed to be married with a ring on your finger. You are supposed to be quite a boring person without any interest, like English talk show, for example.
Frankly speaking,
but we're still happy to have you around.
Frankly speaking, I was just escaping from that scenario from Krasnoyarsk.
So for you, moving to Rostov was like some escape from something.
It was more like searching for something new, searching for the life that I can
build from scratch, maybe.
From the very beginning, yes.
Okay. And what could you say to a 20-year-old Alex? I mean, 20-year-old you?
I would definitely say that, buddy, you should settle some goals.
You should set some goals.
You should set some goals. It's not just for fun. It really works.
Come on, but you know, with me it would be probably the opposite, because I wish I could say a 20-year-old Alibek that, Alibek, you shouldn't be so serious, because I treated life too seriously. I mean, I was such a nerd when I was a 20-year-old. I mean, unfortunately, being serious, you're not paid for being serious, or I would be very rich, because I was too serious.
Well, I can agree, but still, I found out that that stuff with setting goals really works.
Yeah,
at least for me.
I agree. I'm not against setting goals, but do you think it's anyway you have enough time to set your goals at the moment to think about the future or something?
Of course, I changed my life after I managed to set my goals. I had a lot of free time when I walked to the mountains Yergaki. I had really a lot of time for thinking, and I started thinking, where am
So
I?
it looks like we have a fire here. Well, there was a candle here, but the candle died and we have some smoke. Sorry.
We have managed to defeat it without this device.
Yeah. So you were saying something about your goals.
Yes, I asked myself, where am I going? Where am I moving towards? What life would I like to live? What kind of environment I would like to have? I set the number of requirements, decided that that will be my goal, and moved towards it.
But can you name any particular goal at the moment? Something very particular, like you want to do something, you want to reach something, or maybe it's a secret.
I think that would rather be a secret.
Yeah, it's better to keep it a secret.
It's just kind of some material stuff. Large,
not bad.
large
I mean,
material stuff.
having material goals is not bad at all. And Alex, by the way, I think you've been with English Talk Show for at least a year, right? Or maybe even more.
No, I'm not that much in Rostov.
Really? I got used to you so much, you know.
Yes,
Again, I will make sure that
I try
our
to
recording works.
to visit
That's fine.
every event because I like the atmosphere. I like
Yeah,
people,
it was my next question, by the way. So,
okay.
can you tell us what is so special except interesting people and interesting topics? What else?
Let me tell you how I chose this place, this event. I sat down and started thinking, where can I find interesting people to communicate? So they must be smart, they must be active, they must have some interests, they must be something like this. And quite the first point in my list was English.
Some English community.
Some English community courses, clubs, and something like this. I started with Tuesday English clubs. I like.
So you know something about our Tuesday event? You probably found it on Ciferblad page or something.
Yes, I found it on internet. I tried it. I found here interesting people, great atmosphere, very intelligent tutor, organizer. How should I
Let's
call you?
call me a host.
Very intelligent host.
No, not a ghost, but a host.
Of course, a host. So that's why I got addicted to it.
Good. Not the worst addiction, I can tell you. Anything else about English Talk Show?
It's not about.
Maybe nice ladies who come from time to time.
I think nice ladies come too seldom.
We are probably supposed to cut this comment of yours, but I'm not going to do it.
No, let's consider it as a target for the future. And
so you see, we need more attractive ladies on our
active,
English Talk Show.
Smart, attractive ladies. Yes. I have a question. When your inner voices in your head told you that you should create this event, did they tell you about what benefits you should expect from it?
Oh, it's a good question. So you already know about my inner voice because you probably watched some of the previous videos. My inner voice didn't tell me anything about the benefits, but I really got those benefits in terms of my socializing, and I can even tell you a lot of some part of my private life is connected with English Talk Show, and I got really a lot, and I can tell you without English Talk Show I couldn't even exist in Rostov, almost physically. But at that very moment when I started English talk show more than 7 years ago, I had no idea what exactly I would get. That's how it was.
I see.
Yeah, and I want to ask you, you probably know that our topics number 3 are always delicate. They are about private life. Do you think that our topics number 3 can be useful for your own life? For your private life, for making some decisions, making choices?
Maybe, but frankly speaking, I doubt that. I think they are good for discussing, they are good to show your attitude to some situations, your attitude to this problem, to this question, to show that you are intelligent enough to decide it in your mind. But when you face it in real life, things may.
I agree with you, but at the same time, our topics number 3 they help you to be open enough. I would say, you know, sometimes I really feel I'm like some Andrei Malakhov, because some people become really open, really, so they are prepared to share their real secrets, you know. Sometimes I try not to pay too much attention to a particular secret, because a person starts to share his secret, and I feel a little bit uncomfortable when I hear that private information, but I try not to ask too many questions about that situation, you know.
Yes, I saw this.
Yeah. And now let's talk about something very philosophical. I like these type of questions, as you know. So I believe that life is pointless, but maybe we can make it interesting. What is your approach to life? Does your life make any sense? Is it necessary to have any meaning in life, any sense in life?
I have one favorite joke, and I will tell it right now. But remember, it's just a joke. It's not my point of view.
Good, good.
So one man dies and he gets to the
Heaven.
heaven, and he meets God, and he asks him a question. Well, I've lived a long life. I've made lots of things. I was married. I upbring 2 children. So what was the real purpose of my life? Tell me, please. And God answers him. Well, remember when you were 21, you got to the scientific conference to New York. Well, remember, of course, remember. Remember you were moving there by train. Yes, I do remember that. Do you remember that you had a dinner at the restaurant? Well, maybe. Let's say I remember. I'm not quite sure, but that could be. And you were sitting there, and your neighbor asked you to pass her the salt. Do you remember that? No, I don't remember, but that could be, yes. That's it.
That was your meaning. So that action was the basis for some events in the future. So it's like some butterfly effect or something.
Yes. So I think the real meaning, the real purpose of your life can be really unexpected, really strange, really unusual, but you shouldn't fix on it. You shouldn't expect something great or lose interest.
Yeah, that's what I try to say, that you shouldn't expect something great, but at the same time you should enjoy the process. I mean, for some reason we're shown this video, not that video you're watching at the moment, but we're shown this video in our eyes. I still know, I don't have an explanation why we're shown this video. But if we're shown this video, if we live our life, maybe it's better to have this feeling that you are happy. At least
yes.
It's better to have this illusion that you are happy. Do you have this illusion, by the way, that you are happy?
I hope it's not illusion. I tend to be happy, or to pretend I'm happy, or to enjoy the little things that I have in my life. I'm alive, I have legs, I have arms, I have something to eat.
Yeah, we have
live.
everything for happiness.
Yes, it's not a subject to be upset.
Yeah, let's talk about people. I have this theory that there are 2 basic types of people. I mean, English talk show compatible and English talk show incompatible. And it doesn't have anything to do with learning languages or understanding languages or knowing English words or something. It's about open-minded. So, you know, when I meet a new person in any environment, I try to ask myself a question: is this person compatible theoretically with my English talk show? If it is the case, I will be interested in this person. Do you think this criterion could work?
Definitely, and I'm sure it works. I'm proud to be arranged with this great event that can set standards, compatibility. It's kind of standard, but anyway, I think it works.
But just imagine that you meet a perfect girl, a perfect woman, and you really like her. She's attractive. You have something in common, etc. But at the same time, she's not She doesn't seem to be compatible with English talk show. Can it happen? So maybe you can fall in love with a girl who is not English talk show compatible. Can it be a problem for you?
This can happen, and this can be a problem for me. And I'm sorry, but I would choose a girl.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I don't make you choose, but I'm just saying that maybe I'm even wrong with my theory about English talk show compatibility. Maybe there are quite interesting people, but they're not compatible with English talk show, but they're still interesting.
Of course, there are lots of telephones who are not compatible with each other, but who are still good telephones, smartphones. There are lots of electronic devices that are not compatible with each other, but they are still excellent devices.
Yeah.
So they are good in their own ways, and people are
You're
good.
right, but at the same time, I like my system because it is when you find an English talk show compatible person, it is highly likely that you will be compatible with this person.
Yes, that's kind of.
It's like a model.
Yes, common interest, common system, common railgun.
Yeah, but maybe have some questions to me. And anything you would like to say, you would like to ask me about?
Well, I was really wondering about those benefits of this event.
I can tell you there are many benefits. It's part of my socializing. I will tell you again. Well, it's not about money because my English talk show hardly breaks even. I mean, I get something from Ziferblatt. I spend some money on not on hosting, but by the way, I forgot to buy you a voucher, but I will probably give you an imaginary voucher. Don't worry about it. So there are quite many benefits. I really enjoy it. As I told you, it's a part of my socializing, even of my private life to some extent. Anything else you would like to ask me about?
No. I think I'll ask you private communications.
Good. Anything else you would like to say to our viewers? I mean, maybe you want to become a mayor of Rostov and you want to share your mayor program or something.
No, I don't want to be mayor of neither Rostov nor Krasnodar, neither Krasnoyarsk nor Novosibirsk, nor any other city.
Okay, just share something with our viewers.
I would like to share with all those boys and girls who have successfully reached this
moment in our interview.
Yes, that there are different types of people. Some people are like peaches. They are sweet and soft from the very beginning, and
you said peaches like a fruit.
Like fruit peach, yes, and they are so sweet and soft that everybody likes them. But at some moment, when you dig in, you meet something strict, something straight.
You mean the core?
The core, yes. And some people are like coconuts. They are their cores are from the outer side. But inside they are very
sweet and soft.
Sweet and soft. So I'm the second type. And even if
so, you are quite hard outside, but you are soft and sweet inside.
I'm hard from outside. I'm soft and sweet inside. And even if some people think that I behave like I'm kind of self-assured, self-confident, and I don't want to communicate, it's not because I'm that bad guy. It's just my way of behavior Just
Yeah,
my
maybe it's
temperament.
just because you are a Siberian guy. I mean, Siberian people are supposed to be, what is the right word, reserved, maybe quite calm. But when you, as you told us, when you dig deeper, you feel something very sweet and soft and everything.
Maybe that's the situation.
And finally,
Yes.
let's talk about women. What do you think about women in Rostov? Are they sweet and soft or the opposite? Are they peaches or coconuts?
They are different, very different, but all of them are very beautiful.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Anything else you would like to say?
No, I think we'll be short.
Be sure, yeah. So, Alex, thank you very much for participating in this interview. I give you this, imaginary voucher for attending Zifferblatt
Thank you
and
very much.
staying here for one day. I'm Alibek. You were watching a new episode of English Talk Show interviews with Alexander Pesegov. Thanks for watching. Watch us again, hopefully next Tuesday, and attend English Talk Show. By the way, can you say something to motivate people to attend English Talk Show?
You should visit it. You should taste it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thanks for watching.
The music on